Hello and welcome and a very good afternoon. You're watching Times Now Live with me, Siddharth Talia. Let's turn our attention immediately to what's been happening within the BJP in the state of Tamil Nadu. Now, amid speculation over his next move, the former BJP president from Tamil Nadu, K. Annamalai, has met the current BJP president, the national president, Mr. Nitin Nabin, and also BL Santosh in Delhi. Sources suggest that Annamalai feels that he has been wronged by the BJP and that he's willing to tender his resignation. The meeting with BL Santosh and Nitin Nabin was an attempt on the part of the BJP to placate him, to pacify him, hear him out, and sources say that the possibility of a role at the central level can be offered. Everything, whether he leaves or stays, now depends on how talks with the top brass of the party now proceed. Let me go across to my colleague Dharani, who will get us all those details as well about what transpired in that all-important meeting. Dharani, Annamalai has met Mr. Nitin Nabin. He claims, or as sources believe, that he's not got his fair share within the party. Now, there was a reference that had been made to a potential national role for Annamalai at the time that the BJP and the AIDMK decided to go together for the elections in 2026. Now, what awaits Mr. Annamalai? How is the party brass likely to respond? Take us through those deliberations.
Well, exactly as you rightly said, in 2025, when Annamalai stepped down from the state president role, at that time, the Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, he told that Annamalai will be given a bigger role at the national level. That was the promise that came in from Mr. Amit Shah. But it's been more than 1 year. Annamalai has not been given any new role or responsibility by the central BJP, and this is one of the key reasons why he is upset at this point in time. And in fact, even during the assembly elections here in Tamil Nadu, Annamalai's opinions and suggestions were not taken seriously by both the state high command and also the central high command, is what we're given to understand. Annamalai was not in fact keen towards the idea of forging an alliance with the ADMK. Annamalai wanted the BJP to contest the elections separately, but still, the central leaders of the BJP, they decided to forge an alliance with the ADMK, and now we are looking at the results the BJP has got out of this alliance. Their vote share has come down drastically from 11% to around 3% now. So Annamalai's campaign in Tamil Nadu during the elections was also restricted to a few districts and a few assembly constituencies. His campaign was not statewide. His campaign was not something that is extensive. He was only allowed to campaign in a few assembly constituencies and a few districts specifically where he holds some good following. So considering all these, Annamalai at this point in time believes that he has no scope in the BJP henceforth, that his future in the BJP looks dim, is what Annamalai is thinking at this point in time. So today during the meeting with Nitin Nabin, he has learned to have conveyed all his grievances. So whatever the grievances that he had within the party for the past 1 year, all these grievances, they've been conveyed to the BJP's top brass, and the BJP is in fact not keen on letting Annamalai go, because for them Annamalai is very important here in Tamil Nadu, especially in the current circumstance when the politics in Tamil Nadu has become more about Udayanidhi Stalin versus Vijay. The BJP is in need of a young leader. The BJP is in need of a charismatic leader who can take charge. So at such a circumstance, the BJP will definitely not want Annamalai to break ties with them. So they will try as much as possible to keep Annamalai within the party. Efforts are on to convince Annamalai. We have to wait and see if Annamalai is going to get convinced. So he has told the media yesterday that in the next couple of days he will be holding a press conference and he will be talking about everything in detail. So this press conference is expected to happen either tomorrow or day after. During this media interaction, Annamalai will announce his decision publicly.
All right, we'll wait and see what transpires during that all-important press conference as well. Dharani, you've given us a very comprehensive update. Thanks for that. Now, Annamalai has had differences with the Bharatiya Janata Party over the last few years on a whole host of issues, with the most significant fallout being his removal as the state BJP president when the party decided to ally with the AIDMK, a move that failed to yield expected results for the BJP in the 2026 assembly polls. The BJP managed to win just one seat. Now, here's a look at some of the run-ins that both Annamalai and his own party have had in the recent past. In September 2023, Annamalai had very openly criticized Jayalalitha and even, of course, spoken about corruption during her tenure, and that led eventually to a split in the alliance between the BJP and the AIDMK. A year and a half later, in April 2025, Annamalai stepped down as the state president of the Bharatiya Janata Party. This is, of course, after having led the campaign for the BJP in the 2024 Lok Sabha polls in Tamil Nadu. In March 2026, the BJP top leadership reached out to AIDMK as well, and Annamalai was unhappy with that compromise with the AIDMK. The two sides, of course, would ally in the build-up to the elections in the state of Tamil Nadu. Now, Annamalai was absent also during the Prime Minister's visit to Coimbatore. And in April 2026, Annamalai did not contest the assembly election. He did, however, campaign, but it was quite limited in scope. In May 2026, Annamalai criticized the three-language directive as well that had come from the centre, breaking ranks, of course, with the party line. Now, top sources within the Annamalai camp tell Times Now that the BJP leader is starting to feel that there isn't really much scope left for him within the party. Remember that ever since he was removed from the post of the state BJP president following the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, he's yet to receive any new significant responsibility on behalf of his party. Annamalai is also reportedly upset over this. He was not very active in the 2026 Tamil Nadu Assembly poll campaign either. In fact, sources within the Annamalai camp tell Times Now that the BJP leader could also contest the upcoming by-polls in Tamil Nadu should he choose to exit the Bharatiya Janata Party. When Annamalai had been specifically questioned on all these points by the media on Monday, he says that he'll reveal his details about the next move within a span of a couple of days.
எல்லாத்துக்கும் நன்றி. நான் பேசுறேன் அண்ணா, நான் முறையா பேசுறேன். ஆனா இந்த மாதிரி பேச நல்லா இருக்காது. எல்லாத்தையும் முறையா பேசுறேன். அண்ணா கீழே விழுந்துட்டீங்க. ஒரு நிமிஷம் அண்ணா கொடுங்க தலைவா. அண்ணே உட்கார்ந்து ஒரு நிமிஷம் அண்ணே உட்கார்ந்து பொறுமையா 2 நாள் எல்லாம் பேசுவாங்க அண்ணா. எல்லா கேள்வி தலைவா ஒரு நிமிஷம் எல்லா கேள்விகளுக்கும் பதில் சொல்றேன். உட்கார்ந்து பேசுவாங்க. 2 நாள்ல பேசுவோம். தேங்க்யூ அண்ணா. எல்லாத்துக்கும் பதில் சொல்றேன். நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா ஐயா? நான் பேசுறேன் அண்ணா. 2 நாள்ல பேசுறேன்னு சொல்றேன். தேங்க்யூ அண்ணா. நீங்க உங்களை ஹர்ட் பண்ணிக்காதீங்க. நான் எல்லாத்துக்கும் பேசுறேன். 2 நாள்ல பேசுறேன் அண்ணா. அன்புக்கு நன்றிங்க அண்ணா. அன்புக்கு நன்றி அண்ணா. நீங்க வலி உள்ளினா ஃபிளைட் விட்டுருவேன் அண்ணா. யாரையும் தள்ளாதீங்க அண்ணா. நீங்க வலி விட்டா ஃபிளைட் அண்ணா. 2 நாள்ல நான் தான் பேசுறேன்ட்டேன்லங்க. தேங்க்யூ.
Well, let me go across to Pragya as well, who's been reporting on the deliberations that have been taking place in the national capital as well. Pragya, this is quite unusual for the Bharatiya Janata Party. We see this happening quite a bit when it comes to the Congress and other members of the opposition. But dissent within the ranks of the BJP has been very rare, given the BJP's spectacular electoral success at the national level. And dissent of this kind is also not something that is taken too kindly by the top brass of the BJP leadership as well. How are they likely to respond to what Annamalai has been doing?
Well, Siddharth, Annamalai is not a traditional cadre in a very, BJP traditional way. In fact, he joined after taking voluntary retirement from IPS services. And this is exactly why he has also arranged a sort of different movement that he started in Tamil Nadu. A lot of youngsters became fans. He became a social media charisma over a period of time. And even his detractors believe that he at least created a momentum for BJP in Tamil Nadu. That is, he has to be given credit for that. And this is exactly why Mr. Annamalai may have thought that he can always go, how Vijay also became, the chief minister and has, grabbed the attention of youth, women and everyone alike. So, that was the major plan of Mr. Annamalai, and this is why he was very against alliance with AIADMK, which was not even heard. Okay. And there have been many instances in the past as well where he was not actively involved, even when skipped few of the meetings of the BJP.
Campaign, you're right.
And
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, the meetings, if anything can be assessed from those meetings, it looks like that there is an attempt to pacify him, hear him out. And
will Annamalai get pacified? We'll have to wait and see. Those deliberations with Nitin Nabin and BL Santosh have concluded. He's also expected now to address the press at some stage.